This one to your favorite 2x2 matrix. Please, if you don't like 2x2 matrix, you have no business in this class. Local responsiveness. P. Responsiveness. And now we are there. Global integration. So pressure. For air pressure. Alright, then we have weak. Okay, so weak. Yeah. So weak. By now, the way I'm explaining action, you can be able to identify each of the quadrants. So here is what? There is a weak pressure for local responsiveness. At the same time, there is weak pressure for global integration. If you are not being pushed, so it results in what? An international debit. Let's look at it. Companies that adopt an international strategy consider the international business to be separate from and secondary to the domestic business. Products are designed for the home market, and international markets are viewed as a way of replicating success and extending the product life cycle there. Now, when the pressure for local responsiveness is strong than the pressure for global integration, it was in multinational, OKR, that is polycentric, multinational. Because they keep each country as unique, like Nestle. So this becomes a multinational. So it's similar to the polycentric way. Because our strong, very strong local responsiveness way. You have to produce to meet the local needs. Anyway, there is more pressure for global integration. So it forms a, so it's like a geocentric. Hey, yes, geocentric, yes. Geocentric. Anyway, transnational. Strong, transnational. That one is, these organizations attempt to respond to local needs whilst maintaining sufficient central control. They aim to develop a flexible approach in which they will standardize where feasible and adapt where necessary. McDonald's, KFC, Muna, they are way. There is a strong pressure for local responsiveness and global. At the same time, there is pressure for global integration. We call them transnational. So I'm tipping this one to count. Because EPR Jabara, if international about way, and maybe risks to go international. Yeah, any question. So, last time I mentioned that when you choose a particular strategy, so for example, you want to go international, or you want to grow, you are torn between organic, internal growth, and a mergers and acquisition, or going a joint venture, or going international. And let's say you choose joint venture, you have to execute. But I told you that from the rational approach to strategic planning, after you choose out of options, before you implement, you have to evaluate. You have to submit to a control mechanism before you execute. And we use the SAF model.
Suitability, something.
Page 185. So SAF. Suitability.
Feasibility.
Acceptability.
Feasibility.
Feasibility model. Ask me about that. SEF model. This one I like it very, very, very much. SEF model. So this is a new model. The purpose of this model is to do what?
Evaluate projects.
And so it was like Johnson and Schools. I'm over there. Johnson and Schools. So we use this to evaluate the viability of a chosen strategy before we implement it. Last, I think so let's see, as a woman, you are here. There are 3 switches: Kofi, Kwame, Yao. Obiara on the characteristics, the profession they do, whatever, the tribe, religion, different. So let's say the height, whatever it is. So let's say you, the lady, you prefer Kwame for whatever reason. Okay, he makes you laugh, he's handsome, he has money, whatever it is.
Means you have criteria.
No, it's not a criteria. And I see the matra.
Yeah, I travel here. Yeah, go be a humble and one.
Madam Judge. No, no, this one is not bad. Madam Judge. You need to be what you need to be Mama, let's go for anyway. Hustle. Sometimes common sense will tell you, like, you don't put yourself in that situation. You should know. So you don't put yourself in that situation. I really like to move here. I mean, a few years of a chance, and you will be up one more pressure. Yeah. What do you mean? Hustle. Hustle. Okay, so let's say you choose Kwame. But what they are saying is that after you had 3 options, you chose Kwame. Before you say I do, you accept the proposal. Subject Kwame to the suitability, accessibility, and visibility before you execute. Please, you have your own criteria, but after that, subject him to this one. Same thing with the guy. Same thing with the business. Whatever strategy. You understand? Sometimes in this stage we are, you are not in a hurry to go and work for any organization. You are very, very careful with the company you work for. In this stage we are. You understand? You can get an offer and reject. In this stage we are. Yeah.
You say I work for Moria, now I submit to me.
Now that can't come here. And I work out. Also, fun managing. So, in terms of accepting a job role at some level, beginning you don't have any option. Begin the open but at some stage, once you advance your no, and you don't accept it, you can't believe it. Especially in your late 40s, you are very careful about setting rules. But that time, you want stability. Yes, you want status of stability. You understand? You don't want the company or food here. On and on. You don't want that. So let's make a long story short. What does suitability mean? 7.2. A strategy is suitable if it will achieve the objectives for which it is intended. That's number one. Suitability. So, for example, if you choose a strategy because you want to gain market share, you have to evaluate, will it help me gain market share? How many of maybe whatever objective you want to achieve? How many of you would he help you to achieve that objective? I don't know what you know, would he only be about that and achieve whatever objectives you have. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one. So there's a life cycle analysis later. And it's going to be the normal, but I'll do that one after way. Let's look at assess resources and competence. Another approach to strategy evaluation, that's page 188. Strategy evaluation is to consider the strategy in relation to the resources that the strategy will need to carry it out. Suitability, the competences of the entity, and in particular its core competence. Is it suitable for your core competence? And that's what is suitable for the resources that you need. The business profile. Company have adopted an internal organic growth. No be offer a year including merger and other. The master it's not suitable to you. It doesn't meet your business profile, your culture, the way you do things. You understand? So here, that's suitability. Acceptability. So acceptability deals with the response of the key stakeholders to the chosen strategy. Key stakeholders. So here, the key issue is that the key stakeholders, so shareholders, senior management, these are key stakeholders. How do they see how will they accept the strategy? The criteria is risk and reward. So, acceptability of a strategy is concerned whether it will be accepted by the key stakeholders. If it's not acceptable to the key stakeholder, the stakeholder will oppose that strategy. Management should therefore consider whether a strategy that is not acceptable should be undertaken or not. Okay. So, if, for example, the risk is too high, the initial capital required is too big, they will not accept it. If the risk is too high and the reward, they don't see that the reward will commensurate with the risk, they won't take it. And if they see that the initial capital required is too big, they won't take it. In the economy administration, for example, your parents are key stakeholders. would they accept the person or not? You understand? We do on religious grounds or whatever it is. Tribal grounds, religious grounds. And we look at it, look from this time, I'm going to make it. What catch on that? This is my catch on. Because or a key stakeholder. So whatever you are will issue, but in terms of business, we use the risk and reward. If the risk is too high, they reject. If the reward is not too commensurate with the risk, they reject. If the initial capital required is too big, they reject. So it's risk and reward. But look at how the chosen strategy is acceptable to you. For example, if you are going international, and then international, we look at the challenges. That's why you need to convince, you say, don't throw it down, you say, don't go master, and then look at that. You understand? That is that. Feasibility. Feasibility looks at do we have the resources to execute the strategy successfully? Feasibility. Can we execute the strategy successfully? Can we execute the strategy successfully? Can we? So, do you have enough capital? It's a question. Do you have enough capital? Oh, I want to marry, I want to marry. You want to marry. Do you have money? Do you have enough money to execute the strategy now? But what I go with your back as a that's a we don't have the money. Also, we may open a yard now. Who's coming? Do you have the necessary skill set or competence to execute that strategy? That's possibility. Do you have the competence as a company, as an individual? Do you have the skills? As a business, do you have enough employees? The necessary skills. So it's all on page 188. Do you have the enough technology? Into the some now kind of ideas now what would you do we have the resources? Can we execute? So what you have to and the criteria is that it must pass all three. 1, 2, 3. Not one out of the 3 or 2 out of 3. It must pass all 3 before you stamp it and when it's executed. That's what it means. That's what it was. That's suitability, acceptability of suitability. But then you look at here, 7.3. Life cycle analysis for suitability. Life cycle portfolio metrics. A dorsal. That's simple. And I was talking time. 7.3. Okay. So as far as I'm concerned, I can just touch on the business plan kakra, and then because any the SWOT analysis, what is a tool, you carry to and two. Do this, we used to waste our time then to that. But you can read on your own. Maybe I can talk about benchmarking. I benchmarking and that.
So
Let me talk about benchmarking. Then we look at business plan and then we go. I think many people thought that the time was too short, we couldn't cover it. It's because we did the 2 days in the week. Because one day in the week, by the way, to do it. So let's look at benchmarking. Now, we all understand competition, right? That we are in a competitive environment. Okay, banks now sometimes it's interesting. Almost Saturday, okay, I said, I think what's a car bank? Then you put in your within amount number, queuing. Right now, stand make a I think Absa Swahili. Absa. What was the queue? But I said a minor is a. But you see that, and I mean, sir, bank assurance started here. I don't want to be a bank assurance lady. Because they are all competing with each other. Sir, a Korea stars, they are about me transacting with no BIAs here, including GCB, Almighty. Ghana Confused Bank. But this is almost go for the local moment, almost go to this is almost is coming there. Anyway, but what we are saying now is that sometimes, and we also spoke about collaboration. Sometimes you can collaborate, all right, look at strategic alliance, joint ventures, ways of collaborating. Now, there's another one we call benchmarking. Benchmarking. Right. Benchmarking is strategic copying. That's my interpretation. Strategic copying. Strategic copying. I'm adding the strategic to qualify the copying, but you don't copy behind a copy. You are strategic about your copying. That's benchmarking. So benchmarking, what you do is that the whole idea is to look at the best in class. Right, the best in your category. Then you look at what they do differently to make them successful, and then you copy and implement those things. That's the central, like upon a whole benchmarking. So you look at the best in class, and then you learn from them. The good things about them, that is making them successful. That's why it's strategic. And you're not blindly copying, right? But you're copying the good side. That can also help you to also grow. And there are several types. Page 3.5. 8 to 9, section 3.5. Hey, Johnson School's 6-step approach to using CFs. Anyone ever heard? LW. Everyone ever heard? Last season. So let's look at page 90, methods of benchmarking. So this is under strategic position. We are this one is under strategic position analysis. And strategic position analysis. In strategic position analysis, page 90, the top, benchmarking is useful because it provides an assessment of how well or badly an entity is performing in comparison with their competitors. Methods of benchmarking, there are 4. One, internal benchmarking. Internal benchmarking. An entity might compare the performance of units within the organization with the best performing unit to a branch. Let's say you're an insurance company, and maybe there's a particular branch in Takwa or somewhere that is successfully doing well in terms of their numbers. You understand? Internally, you do training of trainees. You let the Takwa people have a meeting with other branch, Takwa branch, with other branches. They let share what they do differently, and all the others what learn. That's internal benchmarking. So you compare your units or branches or divisions with the best performing ones. You learn from them and then you implement too. That is what? Internal benchmarking. Internal benchmarking. We have operational benchmarking. Operational benchmarking, no? You just look at one aspect of your operations, and that is struggling. That's not the best. So maybe it could be your orders, how you process your orders. It could be your accounting systems. It could be how you manage inventory. It could be your sales strategy. It could be your marketing strategy. It could be your whatever inbound logistics strategy. That one, you just identify one side, and then you look at your competitor. So you can say the mystery shopper. You don't understand how effective they are at taking orders. So you can call him. It's, hey, so this is how they process, that's how they do it. And you can also come and copy. You understand? You want to open a pizza joint, or you've opened a pizza joint, people are complaining. So you go to your, maybe the one who is best, let's say, I don't know, the guy at the mall, the friend is in the mall. Japan. So you are going to buy, but you are a competitor, secret. So when you go there, you look at how they do their things, how they take their orders. Now, copy. Maybe because you are fully focused on one aspect, order processing. That's operational benchmark. Or it could be warehousing. That's some people do their warehousing. Competitive benchmarking is you compare your own performance with that of your most successful competitor. Competitors in the you compare your performance with that. So normally, once a bank say auditor financial statement back, so you can pick one of your strongest competitors, not any performance. Not compare with the SAP, they did the best, better in this, Now they know I also target to improve. That's competitor benchmarking. And a customer benchmarking, you pick, you look at the what do customers want. You gauge your performance with what customers want. Not what your competitors are doing, but what your customers want. So that one is based on more of customer feedback. So you benchmark the performance with what customers want, and then the customers grade you. Some people call it customer satisfaction change, some people call it well, you get some every year. If you do that with the customer, they assess you. Customer, but still every year also, no more years are there. And you still have to let the customer assess you.
It's part of the contract.
Yes. You have to. For us, very important. The internal audit demand for that every year, because there are normally 10 areas. So the customer will place you 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 being least, 5 being the strongest. Maybe in terms of pricing, in terms of response to customer queries, in terms of whatever customer criteria. Different net promotional score. We are different the request. So that's benchmarking. How can you do competitor benchmarking? You can look at the published financial statements, their financial ratios, page 91. The product and services of competitors. Okay, information about competitors that can be gathered by talking to customers. And prices, price comparisons. These are ways that you can undertake competitor benchmarking. So pricing, their product and services, and their financial ratios, and their published financial statements. Should we do the business planning?
Yes.
Business planning, strategic execution before the functional strategies. Business plan is under strategic execution or strategic implementation. What it means is that you've looked at your objectives, you've looked at your mission, you've looked at your vision, you've done your position analysis, you've done your SWOT analysis, you look at your strengths, your weaknesses, you look at the competition, you selected a particular choices like organizational structure, you selected a particular method of growth, maybe you chose organic. You selected a particular type of product portfolio. Okay, using BCG, you selected, you understand what you are doing. You selected a particular production strategy. You selected a particular HR strategy. You selected a particular marketing strategy. Governance, all those kind of things. Now, you want to put all of it together in a report. If it's a new business, we call it a business plan or fresh. Normally you do that. The reason why you do that is you want to attract investors, or you want to attract financing. Because you have an idea, you choose a particular mission, you register a particular business entity, you have certain targets for the first 3 years, you've done your financial projections. Now, Akiska, you want to go to a bank to take a loan, or you want to go to some angel investor to put his money inside your business. And the saddest part is that those who have the idea don't have the money.
It's true.
Life is not fair. But you see, now you've gone just beyond having ideas. You have to have what we call, practical. The idea should be something that could be implemented. And then you need to demonstrate competence and capability. One person can say, then I'm not just with my idea. And when they're attractive for financing, they want to go for a loan, or you want to go something, they want to talk to a rich uncle. So you have to talk to your father. Some people, their fathers have the money. But how you put it, some confused. But you have to put it in writing. So, that's the first thing. You've operated a business as a small business for 5 years. You have a certain number of products. You have a certain clientele base. You have a certain revenues you've been generating over the years, but you want to scale your operations, but you need money to invest in production or whatever it is. You want to expand your production, so you need money to buy machines because like I can this. So that one, you call it a growth plan. You call it what? A growth plan. The third one is that, like we use the Ashridge portfolio display to assess the suitability of a company for as a target for acquisition. The company has money, you want to acquire a particular entity. Maybe you are the CFO, you have to now convince the board. You have to put something in writing. Because you have to convince the board to back you. You are the CEO. You and your team, you have this fantastic idea. You want to go and acquire or merge with this particular entity. But you have to put something in writing to convince the board. Because the board eventually have to go and convince the shareholders. But you, the senior you have to convince the board first. But you have to put it in writing. A proposal. In that case, it's what? A proposal. The fourth option is that you have been operating for 15 years. You need finance, but you don't want debt, you want equity. You want to go and list on the stock exchange, Ghana Stock Exchange. Before you go there, you have to put a proposal together, call it a prospectus. So it's the same thing. It's a business plan, really. But they call it different names because of the different purposes. That's all I want you to understand. So I'll give you 4 different scenarios. Sometimes they say, write a report, write a memo. It's a business plan, it's the same thing. It's like, I don't know, factory cartons. Put it in writing. That dream you've had since you were a child, that business idea, that whatever you want to do. There are 3 big people with deep pockets. Put something together and come and do a presentation. Whatever I put it together is what we call business plan. And so it could be a business plan, it could be a growth plan, a proposal, memorandum of understanding, a prospectus, whatever it is. The example saying is called a business plan. And on now my own forward day and share the paper. I'm a pro forma. I'm a pro forma. Pro forma ya ba template. So that you don't go and do what you want. You don't go and write what you want. You don't go and write what you want. So that you make it uniform. I'm a template pro forma. So the business plan, growth plan, whatever report, acquisition, it will just be trying to get money to expand operations, whatever it is. Wama pro forma. The pro forma is on page 222, section 4.1. This is how you should work. Follow. Come on, layout. The first one is title page. When we had the German assignment, you have to put the title page. Again, because I put support, you have to put the emblem there. I don't know. UCC, you also have the same. More fancy. More logo, more fancy. UCC. The other friend in support. Because the school chemistry, the move anything. Your is this statement? Not even a statement. Your slogan or motto, slogan on hand. Yeah, that's something for. Now support was handled by the man. Nyansappo is the wisdom knot. Traditionally, it simples the problem. Nyansappo is a problem. Was handled by the man. So, Nyansa. Deep thinking, this Sunday problems. That's what it means. So we didn't choose the Latinized versions. We adapted. But this one is Nyansappo was handled by the man. You understand? Nyansappo means it's a problem.
Our own is Veritas Nobis.
Any school? Kivas. And then
Veritas Nobis.
But University of Ghana from Cairo.
Integrity plus downs.
University of Ghana.
Yeah.
Integrity. I should know. As I say.
Integrity.
Okay, so you have your title page. So your title page, and they have your table of contents. So that report, you have a title page, table of content. After that, you have what? Introduction. Please, we'll look into it one by one, but I'm just giving you the layout. Introduction. And you have to have executive summary. Like if you were preparing a master's thesis, there's a pro forma. So, objectives of the thesis. Then you have to do what? You're forgetting right now. Literature review. And then what? Very few. So, introduction, executive summary, then now comes the body of the report. The body of the report, you have to have the business, under the body of the report, business description, business environmental analysis. The environmental analysis is the industry background, competitor analysis, market analysis. Then you have the operating plans, management summary, financial plan. They have your conclusion, recommendation, and your appendix. This is the format, and they give it to you in the exam. The last time I buy here was what? 2020. Check a passport man in 2020 December. It was a business plan festival. That was the year I wrote. November 2020. Business plan buy. 20 marks. That was the one I did first. Because you proof man wanted that. So like business description, isn't the case here? No, could talk about one modified of Africa creating another show. Industry background, isn't the case? In 2020, November. Competitor analysis, isn't the case? Market analysis, isn't the case? Operating plans, isn't the case? Management summary, that's organogram, isn't the case? Financial plan, extract of the financial statement, isn't the case?
They are all.
Madam, you know.
They have to be in the body.
Yeah. Introduction is a summary, no. That's what the wide you found and should be that. If introduction can be with my fake case. As a summary, they will knew how to summarize. Because and no matter how we do it. And then we'll also recommendation based on the purpose. So assuming you are writing, maybe you want to secure funds to analyze, to expand operations, to use a particular market. Your commission recommendation will be that from what you yourself have done, with that money, with that approach, and that finance that you need, solve that problem, then you conclude. Yes, so you believe that based on the 30% increase in demand, that is creating problems, and that is making your competitor have an advantage of you. When you get that 20 million Ghana cedis to invest in their equipment, look to produce, look to meet that demand, and you gain your market share back. That's your contribution. So that one, it depends on the purpose for which the person they ask. But check the 2020 for me. Well, Capital platforms well. And I will put it there, say we are lazy. That was the 10 marks. Yeah. So this was Ghana Golden Hotel Limited. So it was a case about a company in the hotel recreation industry, tourism. Okay, so it was a service. Osha, Obama. Okay. From our background, the service they offer, that's page 3, the number of rooms they had, the bar and the restaurant, the conferencing, fitness center, those are the services we were having, the management team, the shareholders, marketing manager, finance. Now I talk about the industry. Please, that's not true. It's on the platform.
It's not wonderful.
Please, you have to have a feel of Page 6 talks about the hospitality industry in Ghana. So that's where it talks about the industry information. So that's why you pick the information for the industry background. Who said body of the report? Business environmental analysis, industry background. Go and pick it from industry there. Hospitality industry in Ghana. Marketing strategy. Under page 6 now, I'm on marketing strategy. So that's where you pick part of your operating plans. But your operating plans is what? Your marketing, HR, and production. And about the company's financials on page 8. On my various assumptions, my occupancy rate, all of that information, general administrative expenses, payroll, exchange rate, all that. Now they unseen the buyer. So there's something that comes in pre-seen. Then you see some 1 page or 2 pages unseen. You understand? That's how I understand that. By section 8 questions. Page 14. So it was nice. Look at the question 2 like this. Pastel. It was nice. And I look at the question 3. With the increasing competition in the hospitality industry, GGOH must adopt market development strategies. Market what? To stay in or ahead of the competition. Apply ANSOF's product market growth metrics to assess the extent of the potential market development opportunities available to GG. 10 marks. ANSOF. Okay, ANSOF. Yeah. You. ANSOF, I didn't say anything. That's where. Huh? The shareholdership of GGOH decided that they will at all times maintain 4 individuals as members of the board, 4 individuals. And the chairmanship would alternate between the 2 shareholders every 2 years. This could be a potential for conflict of interest required. How can effective collaboration help them achieve the goals and objectives of GGOH? So collaboration. Advise the shareholders on the merit and demerit of their decision not to employ a managing director, taking into consideration their peculiar circumstance. Highlight the issues, corporate governance, 10 marks. Section B, question 5. In reference to the Ghana Code of Best Practice for Corporate Governance and UK Corporate Governance Code, advise the shareholders of GGOH on how they could improve on governance in the organization. It's where general governance. You have to now pick them one by one. Size of the board, balance of the board, those things, independence, those things, and then you 6A. As a business advisor, you have been contracted by management of GGOH to prepare a business plan to meet one of ABGL's recommendations. For the purpose of this examination, you are required to prepare an extract based on the following structure. So we said focus on only what? Executive summary. So we title page, little of contents, introduction, film. We get textbook now, we those in the port exams now. Also start from executive summary. And now, body of the report, we focus only on what? Business description, business environmental analysis, industry background, and competitor analysis. And operating plans, we focus only on the marketing plan. And a management summary. Financial plan, you are expected to incorporate new assumptions based on the 2019 actual performance, 20 marks.
Wow.
Okay, so let's look at the solution. But what says, oh, you know, no, we're a bit open on trauma. Solution moving on trauma. It just refers to issues in the book, so we'll just explain briefly. Or say the executive summary. Let's go to the executive summary, page 223. The benefit of including an executive summary is that for senior people with little time, it is the one section they will read. Therefore, a succinct, clear, and well-written executive summary should always reach the reader. The executive summary should include one. What is the report about? What's the purpose of the report? What problems are you trying to solve? What conclusions, the conclusions you arrived at, and your recommendations. So, one trick about the executive summary is that you should have finished the work in your mind before you prepare an executive summary. So it depends on the purpose. We say, what was the purpose? The purpose was to question 6. As a business advisor, you have been contracted by management to ABL to prepare a business plan to meet one of ABGL's recommendations. I don't know what I've forgotten, but it will be in the case, and there's no time for me to now go back. But the purpose, not the amount, they always indicate. I think the November 2021 I think they had to seek for financing to acquire some equipment. That's the purpose. So in your executive summary, remember I said, there's a problem. The problem is that, let's say, demand has outstripped supply of production. And your competitor is stealing away your market share. You have insufficient capacity in your manufacturing capacity. That's the problem. And now, they were suggesting that you need financing, let's say 20 million or 15 million Ghana cedis to buy new equipment without you to meet there. And when you do that, you can be able to exceed even the demand and grow the business. And that's what I'm saying. So here, in your mind, right, you did an analysis to identify the need. You know what purpose. Your purpose is to write the business plan to seek for financing to increase capacity. The problem is that your capacity is low. You're not able to produce to meet demand, and your customer is still in your market share. Your conclusions are that if you are not able to raise that money within the next year or two, your competitor is going to knock you out of business and the business will collapse. Your recommendation is that the board must approve for you to seek for the financing of 20 million to be able to increase the capacity. How do you write all of this in half a page? That is the task.
So half a page.
Oh, has any somebody else have a page? You should not go beyond that. 3 or 4 paragraphs, half a page. If you want something, you have to learn. So normally, I always start by maybe so and so company I've been operating for the past, maybe. Normally it's in the case, background. So when it was founded, normally I always start with something like that. The so and so company I've been operating for the past 16 years, starting off as maybe one shop was a sole proprietor, going into a big company with 60% or 30%, 40% market share. All this information is in the case. But recently, demand has outstripped production, causing the company to lose market share. Competitor, nobody team has been coaching, taking market share, necessitating the company to increase production. And like I said, the main problem is that we don't have enough production capacity. Who can say that you are satisfied? What is the report? What are the problems? What conclusion do you arrive at? The conclusion is that you need financing, that 20 million, to be able to increase manufacturing capacity. Your recommendation is that the board should grant you approval based on the report that you have prepared, so that you can go and seek for finance, maybe shareholders or the bank, for them to be able to find the financing. Finish. Do that in half a page. That is executive summary. But case in the bar, we can have a real life. And I'll just say something that's more specific. But that's how it is. The body of the report. Business description, overall mission and objectives. Normally, you always find it in the case. So in this one, business description. If you go back to the case, the business description says overall mission and objectives. If you check page 3, what's that? Background, there's one big long paragraph. If you come to the second one, the company was certified and licensed to operate as a hotel under the name Ghana Golden Onyx Hotel by the Ghana Tourist Board on 1st of January 2017. GGOH became operational on 1st January 2019. The company's vision is to be the leading business destination hotel in Ghana and indeed in Africa, providing world-class hospitality service to its clients. But overall, no application their vision. You don't create anything.
What about your body?
That be so. Anybody more.
Business description.
Yes. And you don't have this one. You need a book.
Oh, I've been able to do it.
So to get business description, the body no. Under the business description is what?
The overall mission and objective.
That's where you pick this one. The second one is what?
It's history and ownership.
History ownership is there. The first paragraph.
The company was registered or no?
The company was registered with 20 million shares of no power value. And then has been issued Asebu and Memphis and Asebu Boachi.
They decided that
each shareholder should nominate his adult child to be, they were at all times. So, if you look at it, if you go down, Asebu Boachi decided to nominate his daughter age 25 now. They appointed a mutual friend who has been the lead person in assisting them to set up the hotel as a company secretary. The person of blah blah blah. So now, history. The history is that the company was originally registered as Cheetah Investment Limited on 10th June 2025. But it was later certified and licensed to operate as a hotel under the name Ghana Golden Onyx Hotel by the Ghana Tourism Board on 1st of January 2017, and it became operational on 1st of January 2019. That is what I will write. Out of all that information, that's what I will write. But that's what we learned. And you can mention the two main shareholders. The two main shareholders are Asebu Memphis and Asebu Boachi. That's what I will write. You see how it is? So it's a matter of you dissecting information from the case, but guided by the performer that you have been given. What's the next one?
The products and services.
What is it? It's a hotel. So
they
the
have
services.
bar and restaurant rooms, conferences and meetings, fitness center, spa, business center and services.
Yes.
Almost 8 people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You pick it from the case. Yeah. Now we'll go for Kakra. The next one is what?
It's business environment analysis. The industry background.
Okay, go down. Hospitality industry in Ghana, page 6. How can you pick just 1 or 2 paragraphs from all of this? So the skill here is one kasa. Time we also talks about, for me, see, Ghana's hospitality industry is 4th ranking for profitability in Africa. We might throw in Ghana. One of the main reasons for the growth in the hospitality business is the growth of the mining industry in Ghana. Workers who come into the country to work in the local mines and Galamsey businesses are starting to look for food and entertainment. So that is the growth. I will add that. That's what I'm looking for. But money not thinking too much. Look at our question marks now. What's the next one?
The next one is the pestle analysis.
Pestle, that's external.
And the SWOT analysis. Internal.
But what's in the question?
No. Okay.
No, business environment analysis, you do a external. Or the SWOT on the buy.
SWOT.
I'm saying that we can't put the external.
The SWOT.
And by external, so check the question. External is external. But Because pestle bad than no. Let's look at what the solution said. Section B. Oh yeah, pestle analysis. Page 23. Industry background and then pestle analysis. At this stage, you need to do pestle analysis. Yeah. Because external, most of the time, external analysis, but if you do a SWOT, the emphasis on the external, the SWOT, the strength and weakness is internal. The external is the opportunities and threats. But we don't see pestle. Normally, if it's external, you just do a pestle. Political, economic, social, cultural. You should be able to do that by now. For 5 months. The next one is what?
The next one is competitor analysis.
What?
Competitor analysis.
Ah, okay. Competitor analysis.
Who are the main competitors?
No, it's always in the case. Let me see. Services, shareholders, management team, competitor team, industrial. I'll see your phone.
Oh, what time?
My bro. My bread.
Opposite.
My bread.
As we say, I think it's nice.
And then the next one is so that's business plan. Management summary, you say management summary. Management is in there, page 5. Management team in the case.
It's managed by Asebo
Yeah.
Asebi Washi.
That's the marketing manager, finance manager. So you summarize that. And our operating plans, also marketing. But there's marketing plan in there.
This is it.
Eh?
This is it.
Marketing strategy in there. Page 7. Introduce the 4 P's.
The
You
product
read this and use the
price,
4 P's to analyze the information on page 7. Marketing strategy. Heavy.
Don't forget. Thank you.
So you see why I'm saying that business plan is nice. Say a bad year, you can do justice to it. A bad year. A bad year. So thank you very much.
Thank you too.
I, over the years, have always tried to do 4 days intervention. Over the years, that's what I've tried to do. Most people do 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. Once I attend Monday, right? I try to do the first 2 days to read because when I realized that people don't read the case on their own. Until every Monday, normally, I try to use Tuesday and either Wednesday or Thursday, depending on my timing. If it's more other classes or more there. And then Saturday like this is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday is normally 1 or 2, maybe 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday, 5:30 to 8:30. We need to choose one. If it's Thursday, we do 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Until 2 days but for all back, you have to print a copy of the case. You don't come to the class without a copy of the case. Because we take the time and go through and look at the issues, read everything. 2 days you may read it. But then as we read, I start issuing the basic models now. How we do that? Our SWOT analysis, our a few of the small models now. Then we start understanding it. Now Saturday, that tell us now they are here, serious business. 9 to 5. Sunday, finance. Financial. Maybe I know. Until we hear models. When I will try to predict some of them. But a PPA, whilst we go through the case, but what I've said about IC is the common ones in the map. So we look at the crazy models on Saturday. Hidden in crazy models I don't expect. And we try to link them to the case as much as we can. But 2 days, but it's please. It's kind of how much do you pay for the how much do you pay for study? For the class tuition, how much do you pay? 400. And then actually 400 naira. Assign. Contract naira. And contract naira. And from Tuesday to Saturday is a new contract. You pay. Yes.
How much?
You pay. I mean, that's what you're saying. 150. So the minimum is 150. Minimum is 150. I'll get directed from Directional. But if last year you charge 150, you cannot go below 150. So it's either you keep it the same or we reduce. So it's not compulsory. It's not compulsory. And if you can read in the house, fine. But anyway, but if you can't, you still have to pay. Whether over one or over you pay. So, but when you win the tribe, Saturday, Sunday, you have to be here.
I don't like the bear half hour.
That will be painful. But it will be advisable for you to come throughout. And other people will also come. Normally, people who are the route last year, they didn't want to come to the class. They'll come and join us. Normally, last we have to over 30, maybe 20 sometimes. Other people also come. But it's at the field. Interventions.
So it's starting from coming Tuesday.
Yep. If they're watching about, normally I print, also print it. Start with by Tuesday, the rest of the through.
Yes, sir.
Most people just focus on this one. But people don't read the case. Until you read the opportunity to go through. So you come with your book, that's your note, or a small exams. One of the front notes in the exam style. So you have your exam prep, a size book, and now as a focus on the exam. Not every why. Yeah, but I always tell you, most of the predictions, email will not come. It's a guide. The whole thing is, maybe I always say, we cover 80% of the material of the book. It's good to focus on the end. Normally, you can't every you make a back. Focus on those on you for the end and you focus on. But you need 80%. And understand that when you do the exams, there's some 20 marks going to here. Those not for more time, it's not for you and I, it's for them. One was now. I'm Dana Papa. That's one my dear. Oh, go university. Go UNSS service. Wa bin ska ofie. Yes, sponsor on ship yere back. On negma. Didi. On for benela. Into wole na nya pe. There will be some 20 months that are shock. You prepare ahead and you can't do anything about it. And you know, because what is short. Now, the way you may catch ahead of time. It just understand that you run out of 80. But 80 will come to 30, so you still pass. No, but there's sometimes you even wonder where they pick for the book. And the books are going to also to go out and banana that sort about not a net clear what you do. And then you let it go, it's fine. But 80, so you understand that. This 80 it's please use cover. Into when it's a guy, it needs to be back. What I say, but the way to swear and I have to tell you, the truth. That's why I always believe in the class more than Greyner. Greyner, they actually are summarizing. To all my class, we are summarizing, but I am not adding. But the good thing is that what's about class out just here, yes, I'm going very Greyner. It's helpful. And you will communicate it, but prepare your because one day the contact are ending. And we will send notices around.